welcome. I'm really pleased to have you today. And the topic is Rotary Peace Fellowship, yes? And you as alumni of Rotary Peace Fellowship is actually uh, the best person to ask the questions and explain what is what all is about the program, yes? But first thing first, would you please introduce yourself and what is your professional background?
Yeah, so my name is Amina and I'm originally from Kenya. And my professional background is in humanitarian work. So I have about 5 years experience in humanitarian work and specifically with a focus on gender and inclusion. And I have just concluded my Rotary Peace Fellowship at Uppsala University in Sweden. So just early this month in June, 2nd of June was the final graduation. Yeah.
Congratulations, congratulations, yes. But probably our audience, young people, especially here in Poland, they would like to hear what is the Rotary Peace Fellowship program or what is all about. Yes, if you would say something, how you learn about that program. Yes.
Yeah. So the Rotary Peace Fellowship is composed of two sections. One is a professional certificate, which runs, I think, for about a year. And then the one that I personally did is a master's course. So the master's course runs for about 1 year to about 2 years also, depending on the specific university. For Uppsala University, it's about 18 months of the program. So this Peace Fellowship, what it's meant to do is to equip different people. There is no age limit per se, but the requirement for the fellowship is that you have to have work experience, at least I think 3 years of work experience, and also that you've done some voluntary work, not only, paid work, but that you've done community work, community service. And also it's important that you have worked in a intercultural setting or maybe outside your country, in another region, so you can show that Rotary is a global organization, and it's trying to embody that in the group of people that it selects to participate in these courses. There are about I think it's changing. There were about 7 universities across the world. I think now it's changing. There's one which is no longer participating, and there's also a new one in Turkey. So it's I'm not quite sure of the exact number, but it's about 7 universities. I know University of North Carolina in the USA. There's a university in Japan. There is Bradford in the United Kingdom. Then there's Uppsala University. And then there's a university in Australia. So the options are wide. And for people from Poland, I would recommend they apply to go outside Europe so they can have a broader experience. They can go to Australia, they can go to Japan, Asia. So the opportunities are really wide. Yeah.
Yes.
In summary, that's about the program. Yeah.
So actually, master thesis, and we'll come back to this later. Yes, but what was actually for you the main reason to apply for this Rotary Peace Fellowship program?
One reason is I always wanted to do my master's because, as you understand, in most careers to progress further, you need higher education. So a bachelor's degree is like a basic, but also the other reason is really to acquire, more skills on the job, whatever job we do in the peace sector. First of all, I wanted to move from, the implementation of projects to look at, a higher level, maybe policy level kind of work where you're advising on policy and informing, the kind of work, whether it's government or the UN or, you know, global organizations are doing all around the world. And part of the research, the master's degree, it gives you research skills, and that's a basis for you know, for developing the policies using evidence. So if you're able to do research, you're able to also advise, gain skills also to do, you know, policy work eventually. And that is one of the reasons, and also just to have a global outlook, which I have gained in this program.
It's also important, I think, let's say, to get the network of contacts, yes, and really spending the time abroad, learning the new culture and meeting new people is also very important part of this program, I think.
Yes, exactly. That's a really highlight of the program. For myself, like I'm from Africa and I got to study in Europe. So you see, I got to understand, you know, different cultures from all around Europe. There's different students from different countries living in Sweden. Also, you get a different perspective. And then one aspect of what makes the Rotary Peace Fellowship also unique is there's something called the advanced field experience. This one is like a practical, you know, hands-on training within your program. So you get to choose somewhere in the world where you can go and work with an organization. For myself, I got to go to Asia, and for 2 months I worked. Yeah, that's called the advanced field experience. It's built within the master's course. So within the master's course, at least 2 months in the summer, you can go abroad, and sometimes you can extend it depending on your university. You can do up to 6 months. So for myself, I did 2 months in Cambodia, that's Southeast Asia, and yeah, and then I came and continued that internship remotely from Sweden. So I did about 6 months, still 6 months. Just I mixed the location. I also did virtual a bit. So that's a very unique selling point. So you can actually study in Australia, and you know, you do your advanced field experience in Africa. So either way, you are getting you know, like a very global package in your education. Yeah.
I think that's very important to get like a broader view on what is happening. Yes, whatever is happening, to get a broader view from all kinds of different angles. And this program looks like it's really giving you the opportunity to like suck all of the let's say experience, knowledge from different sides, different angles of the world. Yes, like Europe, like Africa, yourself from Africa and Asia. That's really fantastic. Yes, but no, looks like this program is really you know challenging, but it's a very good program. But was it difficult to apply and have you got any support from your local Rotary organization in Kenya?
Yeah. Yes, I think the application is quite tough, if I can be honest, in the sense that you really have to take time. It's not one of those applications you just sit and write it in maybe 1 hour, 2 hours. You really have to, there are about 5 essays you write, and just explaining your background, what your motivation is. You know, when you finish this, what do you think, you know, this program can contribute to either your professional career or your community, if you know, you are supposed to give back as well. So I would say it's thorough. You need to take time, and you get quite a few. It's up to I think May is the deadline. So you get up to 3 months to prepare your application. So you can really do a good application, have someone look over it, and you know, tell if you need to improve it. From my part, I think I got an endorsement from District 9212, which covers about, I think, 5 countries in the Horn of Africa. So the district, I got endorsement from them. And since then, I've also spoken. I did a Zoom like this one to speak to the young people there, just to let them know how it went, how the program is. So definitely they need endorsement from the Rotary clubs, and they should get in touch with the clubs when they're applying. Yeah.
Mm-hmm. So also, as I understand, support not only from the local Rotary organization, from the local, but also from, let's say, the area where you're actually going to this peace fellowship. Yes, so like in your case, from
Oh,
Sweden.
yes.
Yes, yes. So
Yeah,
like,
exactly. So how they've designed it is when you get accepted and you're preparing to go to Sweden, you get Rotarians who are living in Sweden. They're from Sweden, so they are called Rotary host families.
mhm,
So they are supposed to help you adjust and settle into your new environment. Of course, it's a new country. For some people, it will be very different. We don't have winter in Asia, in Africa, in lots. So to know how to dress for the snow and how to cope with the lack of sunlight, all those they will
okay.
help you settle in, get recommendations on government documents you need to settle in. So Rotarians really do a lot. They organize also local. We go to clubs and speak also about our work, and we really get to understand the country through Rotarians. So they really give a lot to the program. Rotarians in the host country as well.
No, thank you. That's really great, because as I'm always saying, that Rotary is a chain of a good people. Yes, so as a good people, they are always supporting each other. Yes, so that's for sure. And I hope that you feel it. You felt it in being here, let's say in Europe, and also visiting Poland. Yes. So
Yes, definitely.
and I would say the last question. Last question is. How would you convince young people like you to
Yeah.
join the program? I mean, no, what would you say in few words? Let's say, yeah, how
I
it's
would say
different without
it's
the program?
yeah, I would say it's a once in a lifetime opportunity, and it's really unique. There are many, scholarship out there, and some of it will just be you get, your fees will be covered, which is also important. But with Rotary, you get a lot more. You get a whole network, which you'll be in touch with, for forever. You get a global network, professional networks. Um, I think also the fact that I mentioned that advanced field experience, that there's this global perspective. So imagine you're from one continent, you get to work and live in two other continents, and that's courtesy of this Rotary Peace Fellowship. You learn new cultures, so it's not just studying and studying. You also get to visit the places around, interact with new people, new cultures, new food. So it's really a wholesome experience. Already Rotary does some youth exchange, so this is on another level now. And I think for young people who are already doing fantastic work in their community, whether it's peace is quite broad. So we have people with public health background, people with legal background. Um, so it's quite an open program that takes in everyone. It does not restrict. You don't have to have a peace bachelor's degree in peace or something like that. So I would say it's really a fantastic program, and you don't want to miss out. So I would encourage all the young people in Poland to go for it and give
Unfortunately,
it a
I'm a
try.
little bit. By my heart, I'm very young, but unfortunately, I'm over 30, a little bit, but so I cannot join, almost double.
Yeah,
But
I think they don't have like age limit upwards
oh,
besides the other requirements. So
oh,
yes, it's quite open. Yeah, yeah. Up to
oh,
we
Amina,
have I think yeah, yeah. So
then
it's not restrictive. If you want to pursue this and you fit the criteria, you just look at the criteria, and if it fits the profile, then you can apply for it.
oh, yeah. Then I will have a look, because all the information about the Rotary Peace Fellowship program are published on the Rotary webpage. So basically, it's just a matter of typing Rotary Peace Fellowship Google it, and then the information will appear. So I think we can both encourage young people to look at the web page, to look at the criteria. There is even, as far as I know, there is even like a kind of a checklist, so you can tick the points and check whether you can join this program before you start filling all of the documents and so on. And of course, what we already said, applicants can count on the support from Rotary clubs, from local Rotary clubs, but also from the district and so on. And the reason I'm actually talking with you is that there are not too many, as far as I know, not too many people applying. Actually, I don't know anybody from Poland who applied for this program, and this sounds so wonderful and really. I would say that it's not about the person, but it's actually upgrading, let's say, the skills, competences, so the person like yourself can come back to your own country, yes, and then really move your service, your contribution to the local community, really to the next level, like you said at the very beginning. So that's an important, and that's actually the impact of Rotary we are trying to bring to the local and the global communities, like rightfully saying, yes. So I promise, the last question is, what was the subject of your master degree thesis? That's really, I'm really very
Yeah.
thankful
So,
to.
yeah, so I said that my focus in my previous career was on gender and inclusion. So I continued in that line and looked at the things that affect women during conflict. And one of those things that in almost every conflict around the world, not just one part of the world, is something called conflict-related sexual violence. So this is violence perpetrated against women during conflict. And it's done by armed actors, people who have, they're carrying guns or other forms of arms. So I was trying to look, or rather, I looked at how peace agreements and the very first level of peace agreement can address this. What can be included? How can it be included? So that it's not completely ignored when it's a problem that is, always there in almost all conflicts.
Yes, and that's really very unfortunate that here in our let's say neighborhood in Ukraine, we actually facing the same kind of the same problems like Bucha and Mariupol and so on. And we always been thinking in Europe that all those conflicts are so far away, but now they are just behind our doors, actually, almost in house, yes. And then we are, let's say, yeah, we are learning that this what happened during the Second World War in Europe can come back in any time. So the work, your work is very very important. It's actually got a very basically global impact, and of course we all hope and target for the peace. And I think that's the main reason Rotary formed this fellowship program, basically to get people like yourself who are the agents, ambassadors of the peace and the peace work globally. So I mean, I do appreciate your time. Thank you very very much for your contribution, for the interviewing with me. I'm sorry for my questions. Yeah, I'm really very sorry. I hope that some people will be interested
Questions.
in what we've been talking about. And then, yeah,
No,
thank you
there
very
are
much. Yes.
questions. Yeah, yeah. Thank you so much for organizing this. I'm always happy to talk with the Rotarians.
Yes, thank you. Yes, and of course, again, you are very welcome to come to Poland. And if you're in Poland, then for sure, let's say we invite you to lovely Białystok and our we got a very beautiful nature around and so on.
Thank you. Yeah, I would love to come back again.
Yes, not probably not. I mean, we love our country as you do love Kenya, and I know Kenya is beautiful, and so on. So I think that when you come to Poland, maybe I will go to Kenya, then we will be able to compare, let's say, and discuss about also the nature and so on. So, Amina, thank you very much.
Yeah, you're very welcome.
Have a
Thank
nice
you.